This episode of Lore Drop is sponsored by Jill Johnstone. Thank you so much for supporting the Lubbock community, Jill. And somebody started talking. It might have been me.
It was you.
It was me.
Somebody. We could never know who.
Honestly, the last few days have been a blur, so I don't know. I don't even know what day it is.
It was you, and it's Wednesday.
Welcome to Lore Drop, a Reinvent podcast. I'm Abby, the executive director of Reinvent Productions.
I'm Ben, the creative and artistic director.
And our third party member today, she's back.
Your favorite, your girl, it's Monica. No longer pregnant.
Yeah.
The baby's out.
Which is crazy because we have 2 more episodes
from that batch.
Elliot.
Yeah. The baby in.
Which is going to be a fun little...
I'm sorry, did you say Ellie in?
Oh, no, but I should have. Damn. The baby was in, but Ellie was in. Elliot.
We still have your Project Alpha episode and the Kana episode coming up.
Crazy.
And that's
Which
crazy.
The Kana one is in October.
That's wild.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, that's time. What is time?
Wild.
For the record, the Project Alpha episode haunts me.
Yeah.
Just like thinking about specifically of like what Project Alpha has done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And like especially being pregnant while recording it.
Yeah.
Haunting.
That'll be fun to edit in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The podcast host that would never bully me like Andrew Aguilar does is back, and I'm thrilled. But yeah, today is a special episode. It's a time capsule episode.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about Children of Destiny Cataclysm Season 1, and we've got Monica on here because she was the producer for this season.
Assistant producer.
Assistant producer. Sorry, yeah, Ben was the producer.
Ben produced the hell out of that.
Ben did produce the... Ben made, yeah.
Ben made that. Monica sent emails.
Yeah, which is great because that's the part that stresses me out.
And I told Ben, I'm your people person, parentheses, with very specific people when I am given a very specific task.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And it was important. And you were the first listener with a lot of them.
Yes.
If it wasn't me, it was you.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna have to talk about the foreplay thing because that is a funny story, but we'll save that for later. So you know, it is very anticlimactic.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're building it up, and I'm gonna stay building it up.
Yep.
Yeah, because that makes the bit funny.
Yes.
But before we get into this, we're so funny.
I was like, we could joke further, but I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, we're gonna stop.
PG-13.
Some of my kids listen to these. Anyway, before we get too far into this time capsule, or actually start the time capsule, we got to decide the most important part of the episode, which is what animated trio the three of us are. And Monica's got one.
I'm always ready because anime is like air.
Yeah.
Today I come with a trio from Demon Slayer in celebration of the movie Part 1 coming out on Crunchyroll finally. Yeah. We can all watch the 2-hour backstory at the end of the movie without having to hold our pee. God bless America.
Yeah.
Anyway, so our trio today, we have Tanjiro, which is Ben.
Nice.
Okay.
Ben's main character energy this time.
Yes.
Inosuke is Abby.
Yep.
Correct.
Feral energy over there.
Yep.
But also the most beautiful person we've ever seen in our lives.
Yep.
I like his hair.
And I am Zenitsu, the lover boy.
Who
sleeps all the time.
And is most powerful
and is most powerful when they're sleeping. And isn't that, he's just, I've never felt, every time I saw Zenitsu, genuinely, I was like, I've never felt more represented on screen ever in my life.
I got one move and I'm really good at it.
I got one move and I'm really good at it when I'm asleep.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes that's all you need.
And he pines like nobody else.
Yep.
I think it's funny. We've done this trio before
with Josh.
With Josh, that's
in
what
the
it was.
Gemstone Industries episode.
Who is who?
In that one, I was Tanjiro, I think.
Okay.
Yes. And then
you were Inosuke, I think.
No, I think we said Josh was Inosuke.
That's crazy.
Josh picking himself as a Notse is...
Oh, no, it was me who assigned that one,
good.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's pretty bold to be like, I think I'm the most beautiful one. I don't know.
It was specifically with the lens of, like, me and Josh terrorizing Abby when we were together.
And that's... Yeah. Okay, valid,
Josh
and I see it that way.
My number one op. Just like... Ice and James are for Elliot.
No more jokes about James because Elliot's out.
Yep.
We
Has
called
she
it.
met him yet?
Yeah, she's met him. She's met him, and we made one joke in person, and then he was like, "I said I wasn't going to do any more once she was here," and I said, "Oh, respect.
Nice.
I didn't know that, so or else I wouldn't have made the one that I just made." So it's just ice at this point,
Gotcha.
which is good.
Nice.
It's a good op to
Good
have.
on. You know what? That's fine. Okay, cool. So Ben, let's talk about Children of Destiny Cataclysm Season 1.
Yeah. So Children of Destiny Cataclysm Season 1 takes place in 2016 in Universe 17. It follows Severica, Gryver, Navito Vega, and Reaper as they are sent to Destry City by Cadence to investigate the disappearance of Agent Ho Wu, and they find themselves caught in the middle of a superpowered battle for control and influence over the city, leaves them to decide who their allies and enemies are from nothing but their gut intuition. I thought way too long about putting that like log line together. The genres of this story are sci-fi, fantasy, mystery, and action. Featured characters are, of course, Severica, Gryver, Navita Vega, Reaper, as well as Andrew Blood and Maurice Williams. Those are the 5 with the most lines in the season, and it is a large jump from Andrew to Reaper.
Yeah.
This story was an audio drama. It is adapted from the Cataclysm tabletop campaign. The Welcome to Destry City arc is what Season 1 covers in its 6 episodes. The script took about a year to write, and originally it began as a film script with like an animation thing in mind before I converted it to an audio drama. It was, I think there was one day and I was in like a real like writer's funk with something. I don't remember even what it was. And I was like, I just need to write something. Okay, I know this story like at the back of my hand. Let me just write out the first episode of this. And
I think it might have been an Ordinary Heroes draft that you started working on this instead.
Maybe it might have been before Ordinary Heroes. I truly don't remember.
Because I'm thinking about like when.
No, it might have been Lady Legacy because the original draft of that was pre Lady Legacy in my binder.
That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, I know it was for a show that we were struggle bus with.
But yeah, so that took about a year to write the entire season. But episode 1 was cast and recorded in the fall of 2024 as part of my thesis project at TTU. And then episodes 2 through 6 were cast in the winter of 2025 and recorded in the winter and spring of 2026.
Talk about how you use that for your thesis. I think that's really neat.
Yeah. My thesis was creating and teaching an audio drama class at Texas Tech, and it was a lot of fun. And the pitch with it was like all the students will be able to walk away with like several products of like they'll have an audition package that they can use, like they'll have a demo reel or whatever, and get some audition experience, and then they will have like an editing project, which was I got the cast together. I was like, cool, did all the recordings, put my own edit of the first episode together. And I was like, okay, cool. Now my students, the 4 of them, I was like, you guys will collectively edit your own version of this episode. So each of them, they read the script and then each of them chose like a 5-page chunk. So it was either 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, because it was in that range. And it honestly like divided up really nicely of like the normal conversational bits and then the fight.
Oh, nice.
in the second half. And so I was like, if you want a challenge, take the fight scene. If you want to take it easy and like get the basic baseline stuff, take the first half.
Sweet Sam did the fight one, didn't he?
He did the first half of the fight scene. Yeah.
Sam, of course he did.
We love Sam.
That's so funny because I think I probably, maybe in my brain, Ben did. We've talked about your class, but I was like, Ben, I really want to figure out how to do this so that we can have 2 concurrent audio dramas.
Yes, you did text me about that.
Perhaps you send me some of the audios of season 1, and then I'd make like a mock version of that one.
It is good practice.
We both had the same. It was like people.
So he's got a whole curriculum for this.
Yeah.
Like 2 people have the same idea at the same time.
But yeah, so it was a lot of fun to do that as part of the project, and as well with that, a lot of like those 10 actors who signed on for the episode 1. I was like, I can't pay you at this time. I want to make a whole like series out of this, so I might come back to you with payment later if that's and when I came back, all of them
except for one.
Yeah, all of them except for one actor returned for the full season, which was great.
Yeah, impressive to get that many back, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it was a lot of fun hearing my students' rendition of the episode as well. But yeah, on top of that, some of the other stuff with this show, again, it was adapted from the tabletop campaign, which was my first time DMing a TTRPG. Severica, Novita, and Reaper were our player characters, created and played by John Bogart, Ray Sadbawu, and James McDonald, respectively. This was run in D&D 5th edition, and this section of the campaign took about like 1 to 2-ish months, maybe. It's a little bit hazy because we were doing that like weekly sessions. And so
during
it's like
freshman year of college.
Yep, absolutely. We started like a month into school, maybe. Less than that, honestly.
That's
I think.
so cool.
Yeah. Heavy influences on the campaign and the audio drama were season 1 of Daredevil, the Netflix show, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and the video game Fire Emblem Fates. And then follow up.
This makes sense because the whole time I was like, Reaper's really giving, what is it, Alphonse vibes? Just like not maybe in character, but just like the way that they exist.
No, absolutely. And that was like the direct inspiration for the character Reaper from the player as well. Of like the concept of just a suit of armor with a soul attached to it.
I wonder if that was his. I didn't know James very well. Whenever, like, I think I interact with him. Like,
I think you had like a class or two with him because he was an animation major.
Yeah, he did not talk to me very much, and that's fine. I did not talk to a lot of my animation cohort, and that's okay. I was the loud theater kid, so they didn't want to talk to me either, and that's okay. I always wondered if that was the inspiration for it. That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, it was fun stuff. It was also really...
Except his personality is the literal exact opposite.
Of Alphonse Elric.
He's very, like, more Ed... more Ed-like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and even...
And push it further, probably, maybe...
Maybe greed.
Maybe a little greed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would reference the other 2 shows in game, but I don't know the references.
So the fun with Daredevil season 1, a lot of it was like this sort of like, okay, corrupt city area, and there's like these like heroes are the underdogs going into the situation because they don't know what's going on. They just know that they have to do the right thing. And with Fire Emblem Fates, this is where the finale of season 1 was a big thing with this, because in developing the campaign, I was developing this before I knew my players. I was just like, I want to write the concept of the campaign out. So I was like, cool, here's the 4 factions, and the players will have to choose between the 4 of them. And that is the premise of, not with 4 factions, but Fire Emblem Fates is the first and so far only Fire Emblem game that had multiple versions of it. So there was Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, Fates Conquest, and Fates Revelation. So the premise of that one was that it was like a Hoshido and Nor were the 2 countries, and they were very like Eastern and European, the 2 like vibes that they were going for in their aesthetics. And so it was like your character, you were the actual child of one family, but the adoptive child of the other one because their dad kidnapped you in war. And it's a really complicated story. That's the basic introduction to it.
As most Fire Emblem
games. But the end of the prologue is you choosing what family you want to actually side with, because they're both like, no, we're the ones who raise you, but you are by blood related to us.
Yeah.
And then in Revelation, it turns out that you're not actually related to them by blood, but that's a different thing. But so the thing is, like, you choose the family you end up going with, and that changes the story you do and the characters you interact with.
Okay.
And so I wanted to build a campaign premise around that as well. Of like, here, meet a select few of each of these factions that there are, and then choose which one you want to go with.
I think it's so funny. They chose the cops over the other. Yeah,
options. I was like trying to run. So it's the smugglers.
Yeah, it was not even the smugglers.
Oh, not even the smugglers.
It was the DCPD, Gemstone Industries, the Bandits, and the Bastions.
Wow. But didn't Reaper go? Reaper went with bandits.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then Severica and
maybe I just love the smugglers.
Severica and Nita went the DCPD. Yeah.
James was like, let's split the party.
I know. I heard that too. That's so funny because I was truly because I knew this was a campaign as well, and so when I heard that part of Reaper going like, I would like to do something cool, I was like, oh, that must have been really hard to do the tabletop.
And
with
I
the
essentially
group split.
Was running 2 different campaigns from that point on.
I know because we had
of that semester.
I have had campaigns where like at a certain point we were taking way too long on things because everyone kept going into different directions. Our DM had to sit us down and be like, for the love of God, please go the same place.
Absolutely.
Or like split half and half, maybe, but don't do that the whole time. So
the thing is,
this was before Ben started standing up for himself.
Oh,
well, and the thing is,
Ben caught a stray.
She's not wrong. The thing is, I learned very quick a way to easily incentivize not splitting the party was to make genuinely almost every single encounter that there is very difficult.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's the way to do it.
So it's if you split the party, the same encounters will be there. The ones that I vaguely balanced around there being 3 to 4 of you. And so if you split up, you're making it harder for yourself.
Yes.
And so there were throughout Cataclysm, and it took them a while to learn that lesson. So there were several times when the party would end up split. I'm like, okay, and one of you got kidnapped because you got knocked out.
Here's the other thing. Ben was a new DM.
Yeah.
As well. Doing homebrew.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know how to balance things.
Goodness,
You say you balance things for like a 3.
I said vaguely balanced.
To be clear, he did say vaguely.
Yeah.
I'm reiterating the fact that and then with his second campaign, he also still did not know how to balance things for. You did not. Do not argue with me.
Oh no, I'm being triangulated.
Halfway through Dynamite, I learned how to balance things and chose not to.
For chaos.
Yeah.
Ben said chaos. Gremlin.
My players are broken, so shall their enemies be.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing with D&D, and this is going to be my philosophy. Whenever I DM, everyone is going to start at minimum level 3, because I, as a player who almost died every single session for like the first 5 sessions.
Yeah.
It is the most demoralizing thing ever to just be like, well, I guess I'm just gonna die over and over and over again, and not be dead, but like be freaking useless during fights or anything else. So everybody, if you have me as a DM, you're gonna start at least level 3. Also, you can't do anything when you're level 1. You can't do anything. I want to say a lot of bad words right now, but I'm not going to. You can't do freaking poop.
Wow, she got it. You nailed it.
I got him.
You nailed it without any swears. I'm proud. I'm really proud. And it's so funny. I'm on the other side. I always pick Squishy because I love magic so bad. Next time I play a campaign, I won't be a magician. I love to also hit, and I like to. The issue is that I also love to be on the front lines. So I'm like,
just be a war mage.
No, yeah. Well, I know how to do it now, but like the first. This is anyways. All this to say, I'm dying all the time. I'm dying all the time in every campaigns, and my D&D group is always like, and Monica's down.
Yep.
And it's the same in Baldur's Gate too.
I was going to say, it's like
like, all right, well, see you guys soon, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't worry about me. But
me and Andrew running to get you back up on your feet while
and
Jamie
definitely
fights
not
off
Steve.
everything.
Yeah, freaking Steve. Anyway,
I miss Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
And my D&D game is on paternity leave with our DM has had their baby, so just wasting away.
Oh no, I guess I got to start a new campaign.
Oh no. Oh yeah, I forgot I have the capacity to do that on my own.
We're playing real life D&D right now with the with the
Rondor show. Honestly, yeah, we are.
It's real life D&D. But yeah, okay. So
circling back
to the actual campaign that we're talking about. So Ben, talk to me about the process of going back and looking at the original source material that you had, because you did not start recording sessions until halfway through Cataclysm.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not even a little roughly. For sure, the earliest recordings that I have are about halfway through the Order of the Unbound arc, which is season 3. But in my early DMing, I made profuse amounts of notes. Quite frankly, obscene amounts of notes.
If you know Ben, you've seen how this man makes.
You've
spreadsheets.
seen the spreadsheets.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I like on my old laptop, I because it's still it turns on and I can open documents. It genuinely doesn't have the capacity to connect to the internet anymore.
We have to.
We've tried
that stuff. We have to transfer that stuff.
We have. It is.
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay.
Just making sure.
It's everything except the audio is transferred off of that one, and that's because my hard drive is only formatted to Mac, and I can't figure out how to get it to work with Windows. Anyway, so my early DM notes were so detailed that I was like, okay, cool. I know all of the characters who were here. And so, like going back, a lot of the stuff was like, I know, again, I've replayed in my head so many times that like opening arc for Cataclysm. And I was like, cool, I know the beats and everything because it's genuinely just like ingrained in my brain from being the first time DMing of like, it just sits there. And I'm like, oh, like I know all the stuff that I loved and all the stuff that I didn't love about what I did. Right. And so it was pretty easy to like recall not the specific interactions, but it's like I know they meet this character here, and this is the way the dialogue sort of goes, more or less, or the way the conversation goes.
Were there any like major retcons that you did?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah,
absolutely.
Like outside of just like, okay, I know what happened here, kind of muffle it through, but were there some where like, okay, we're fixing that? That was not good.
There was a lot of like decluttering of the first arc. And also a lot of like laying in plot hooks that didn't actually come up at the table until way later.
Oh, okay.
So like the Reaper's patron, the benefactor, didn't actually show up in campaign until the split when he went to the bandits.
Okay.
And like
and it wasn't the same patron as it was, right?
Yeah, we were just like, oh, this is just some patron who wants souls. That was all we had. And so we didn't really develop the patron that much. So I retroactively was like, cool, this is going to be a different character who is later a major antagonist in Dynamite.
Yeah.
Is going to be here now as well.
A big, yeah. And
yeah,
I think, can I be a little spoilery?
Yeah.
What is it? So there was this character called Andromelic in Dynamite. And this was a really fun arc that we played that Ben kind of made like a it wasn't kind of board game-ish. You did a couple of board games for us, but this was one
at least 3.
the puzzle dungeon crawl with this one was that there were different rooms with souls in Andromelic's mansion that we had, if we blew out the candle, we could make him vulnerable to certain types of damage because he was invulnerable to everything.
Yes, yeah. He was immune to all damage because the Andromelic's whole thing was he was hoarding souls and so keeping them from going to the afterlife. And he was like, cool, I have now established purgatory in this mansion, and he had 5 million souls. And I was like, cool. So it's
my face is distressed. You can't see it, but I'm concerned.
So the other thing I was like, cool, with this he has the soul candles, which make him immune to each type of damage. And so with them, there is a soul attached to each one of these candles. So it's like when you take out the candle, he is now only going to resist that damage instead of being immune to it. So he's still going to be very hard to take down.
Yeah. Because like the first time we interacted with him, it was nothing. Literally nothing was working.
Yeah.
And that was scary because he is a giant and the Hero Forge figure for him is insane. But so as we were going through this, we would because we were so scared, we used humor to combat against the DM.
Yes.
And it was Brett who first started calling Andromelic Mr. Lick.
Mr. Lick.
And that was the only defense we had was because we were so scared.
There's more names. I've got a list of 50 you can make fun of with that first name.
So it was quite terrifying going through. But it was interesting because that's also the arc where we found Andrew Blood's soul, and that is the forgive me if I'm wrong, but like that was like the introduction to us being that like you can survive without your soul.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember you guys.
So like
guys
Andrew Blood was
before.
living without his soul for a good amount of time,
several years,
because he was like, I don't want to feel things anymore. So he was just like, here you go.
Me too, Andrew Blood. Hey, he's got a kind of good head on his shoulders. What?
No.
Wrong episode. Sorry, guys.
Go back and listen to the Andrew Blood episode.
Wrong episode. Sorry, guys.
But so like there was that interaction, and that's how Aurora met her dad for like 5 seconds, which was great and not traumatic at all. And so that whole thing with Andromelic, that is the character that is the patron for Reaper in season 1. And it totally makes sense because we also within season 1 there's the Cadence HQ being blown up.
That was so fun to like hear. Wait, well, not like that. Not like
No, I know
that.
what you mean.
We understand.
Just like
what you mean.
connecting
all
that
the
piece
dots.
of lore.
Yes, yeah. We've when we were making Talon Squad, we talked a lot about the first fall of Cadence. And so it was fun to like have it be real. That was
You're
like
like, oh
see
my
the
gosh,
real time when it happens.
like and it, like piecing like listening to the episode and being oh wait I know oh my gosh and like when we were listening to it last night, Deacon was like, wait, what year is it? And I was like,
yeah.
we're all like,
We're a squad already.
Yep.
Yeah, because like Talon is out doing.
I know. I was like trying really. We talked about this before we started, but like listening to the podcast as a group was really tricky because we all wanted to like chat during, but you can't because you gotta listen. It's an audio.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be like, oh, Talon Squad's out there, and I wanted to talk about that really bad, but I was like, we gotta finish the episode.
Yeah, no, we should do another listen and like yap about it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really fun.
Do a Mystery Science Theater.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should record a commentary of us
over the.
That's really funny. Oh,
It's
man.
like this.
I loved those as a kid.
I did too.
Commentaries over something.
Yeah.
Over like
I'm
the
thinking
Disney movies and stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like Bo Burnham did it on the inside.
They used to like Funimation used to do it all the time with the DVD releases of anime. They would have like the dub actors and directors doing
so
commentary over specific episodes.
More content.
More content. I wanted to ask another question. I was something we talk about a lot, like when we're building characters in Reinvent, is like integrity of the character with the person who created it. So how did you feel like you did with that with the player characters for this one? I don't know. I'm curious on that end.
I felt pretty good about the rendition of the characters. It was hard in my head because like of course the most recent like iteration of the characters is the version of them at the end of the campaign in my head. So I was like, cool, I have to backtrack from there and get to like before all of that character growth happens.
Yeah, 'cause a lot happens in that game.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of like the core to the character was like cool in my brain is like when I'm writing up like the casting call notes, I'm like, cool, here's the personality traits that they have, right? And I write those for myself way before like when I'm writing the script. I'm like, cool, these are my like touchstone points to get back to. And the other one was like also layering in like thinking about the class they were playing as
I was gonna ask
like the touch point of like how they interact with things. So like Navita is a cleric, and so like her whole thing is that like, hey, I don't want to be violent. That is not the goal, right? And that is sort of like what her character had to learn throughout the story. Is like, cool, sometimes violence, unfortunately, is the answer to prevent violence from happening to other people. Right. And Severica has to learn that sometimes violence isn't the answer.
We've been talking about this, especially the last couple of days as you've been finishing the edit with it, that our actress for Navita sounds so much like Ray, who's the original player. They developed
like
it
in the sound of her voice and in the delivery of those lines.
Yeah, there were a few times where I was like, is that? I know it's not
them?
Ray Sigbawu, but it was just like a man.
Well, and that was the other one as well as that, and that was MK did wonderful in all of her stuff. She was great. The other one was like Robin was also really good because Severica was played by like our friend John Bogart, like so that was one of our man playing a female character at the table. So I was like, cool, let's see how well this character translates and like
oh my gosh, Robin
nailed
again
it. Also absolutely knocked it out of the park, like really hit those mannerisms that I was like, no, these were John's mannerisms at the table. And so I was like in like going, especially in the editing, I was like, no, I did remember how they were playing these characters fairly well, actually.
Which is a testament to your writing too, and your ability to do an adaptation, but then also like balance out the creative liberties that you had to take, and then also just like building up lore stuff. I mean, because you didn't know 10 years ago that we'd be doing this.
Yeah,
no. And it's coming up on 10 years ago that
That's
campaign
so
was happening.
wild.
Yeah.
This fall. It'll be this fall.
Other big changes that were happening. Wendy at the table. Wendy was with them the whole time. Like they didn't like leave her behind at the DCPD. There was that. Thomas was introduced way later. Thomas was there in the museum with them at the table. I'm trying to think other ones. There's a different player character who hopped in a little halfway through. So right after the museum stuff. So around episode 5 when they wake up in Gemstone. at the table, they wake up and there's a fourth friend with them, which is Severka's sister, Saoirse. And so they were like, how do you get here? And there was a whole like thing of her also being sent to find them because they were missing for a day. And I was like, I don't know, I'll just find a way to shoehorn this in. And I was like, this is a bit, I got to that point and I was like, she can wait.
Yeah, we can hold off on that.
We'll get a different introduction for her.
Yeah, no need to shoehorn when you have creative control over the way
again,
that this
at
is
the table, that was one of like someone says, hey, I want to join in the campaign with you guys, and I was like, absolutely, let's do it. And so I was like, yeah, we'll just fit you in and we'll find a way to justify it. And so I was like, oh no, I can actually like think about this narratively and come up with something that makes a little bit more sense. Because also like the benefit of going back and adapting is that I have all of the extra backstory that got layered on the characters later to lean in here now.
Yeah, you can like plant seeds early on and then
so like Severka's
stumbling on them.
Severka's mentor Zern that she has a flashback with, that character wasn't like conceptualized until like way later. And again, there was still just like a background flashback character at that point. But it was still like, okay, cool, I can actually introduce him here and use this as a thing going forward, which is a lot of fun.
I like that. Can I know the classes of at least the 3 player characters?
So Severka was a ranger.
Okay. We love rangers in this house.
Absolutely. It was also really funny because I didn't tell them what kind of campaign we'd be doing at first. And I was like, yeah. And so we get to the first thing. And I was like, cool, it's the year 2016. And they were like, huh? And I was like, hi. So they came in fully kitted with like the usual like D&D fantasy weaponry. And I was like, okay, bow and arrows aren't going to cut it.
You need a gun.
Yeah.
Give Severka a gun.
Yeah. But also like Severka was like geared out for like forest exploration, not urban exploration, and so that kind of like lined up well with the character. We made it work with the story too. And then Reaper was initially a barbarian, and then after the bandits split and multiclassed into warlock.
Yeah, okay,
I was like,
that
let's
makes
just
sense.
throw that in there because also the warlock is the more interesting initial point to go off of story wise for that character. It gives you a specific hook that is like his to go onto. But yeah, that was their 3 classes. And when Saoirse hopped in, she was rogue. Wendy was a monk. And then the rest were all NPC classes.
Whatever.
That I was just like, let me just give them whatever abilities.
You can be whatever you want to be. I love that. I will say now, I was like, we can talk about favorites because I have no vetted interest in this game again. Navito is my favorite character. I love a cleric. I love someone who wants to be good and do good and then is kind of wrestling with what does that actually look like in reality. So it was really fun. And I think also, I don't know if MK listens to our podcast, just like I got to know MK well through assistant producing, and so it was really sweet to like know this person kind of through the internet and then see their work come to life, and then it also be a character that I'm really endeared to. So that was a very fun part of the process that maybe I wasn't expecting when in February Ben was like, I need help with these emails and contracts, and I was like, yeah, sure, that's I love emails and contracts. But yeah, that was so when listening, her journey for season 1 probably was one of my favorite.
Yeah, I loved it when she knocked out Andrew Blood. That was my favorite. That's my favorite moment in the whole season. When Andrew was like, "No, you can't trust them," and she's like, "Stop telling me what to do." Yeah. Like I was like, "Go off, girl."
Yeah,
it was really funny because I had forgotten what age Navita was because I, for some reason, had in my head that she was a teenager. Just because she's so wonderful and full of life and not jaded yet. And I was like, oh, she's just a teenager, right? And because Andrew Blood has the rule that he does not kill children.
He was like, nope, she is 21 at this time.
So
that's an adult.
So he's like,
how old is Wendy?
Wendy, me consult.
Doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't not matter. But at one point, Wendy and Navita were talking, and I turn over to Julie, and she's like, "Should they kiss?" And I was like, "I don't." You know what? I don't know. I don't think that's the dynamic here, but I like really that's where you went while you're listening to this.
I did also. I had that moment, and it was more so me being facetious, not with Wendy and Navita, but with Reaper and Wilhelm.
Yeah, now that they should kiss. I felt that energy. I was like, Navita's just trying to help Wendy. I don't know if there's like, okay, sure.
Wendy was 25 when she died.
Okay,
and she was.
And who's to say how long she's been?
She was born in 1963, died in 1988, and then was a zombie until 2015, and then became a revenant. So, yeah.
Twilight exists.
It's very Twilight. We're giving Twilight.
But also, that is not the vibe.
It was, anyways.
Understandable.
To each their own.
Hey, you know what? This is a great segue into the foreplay.
Oh my gosh.
So, I'm jokingly bitter about this, but I should have an assistant directing credit for this season because I directed Ben for Andrew Blood. And I want to, honestly, this is me just expressing, I would love to keep doing direction for voice acting because I really enjoy doing it. And I feel like I feel like I'm pretty decent at it. But it's so much fun directing Ben, especially when he and I both know these characters so well, and specifically Andrew. Am I speaking wrong when I say that Andrew is your favorite character to play?
That's him.
We'll
see. We'll see how it goes once I hit the Beauregard stuff here soon.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I have a feeling he's going to overtake playing Andrew for me.
Which will be nice because Beauregard's a good person. Yeah. Or more of a good person. And I love Beauregard.
He's Catholic, so he doesn't believe that.
That's insane.
Anyway, Beauregard.
So there is a line. It's such a nothing burger of a line.
It's a nothing burger line.
Yes.
Where the party wakes up and Severica is not putting up with Andrew's buffoonery and is just like, no, I'm not putting up with your banter right now. And the line that Andrew Blood says is, "Aw, no foreplay," and whatever. And it's a line that Ben did not enjoy, even though you wrote it.
It's what Andrew would say.
And then you're like, I didn't really like before, but it was fun to be like,
so funny. And then when I was listening to it, doing my listen through, I'm at my house and Caleb is in the room where I'm listening, and I'm just going about my day because I'm just trying to make sure it sounds like everything sounds level, whatever. And Caleb goes, "What is going on?" And I was like, I'm listening to the podcast. He's like, "No, why is Ben talking about foreplay right now?" And I was like, shut up. this is audio only. I can't pause it.
But it was, so that happened. And it was just a funny, that
happened. And I was like, I'll tell everyone.
Text exchange. But then we had a group of friends come over last night to listen to it because as of recording this episode, this is the first day that all 6 episodes are out. So we had a little listening party last night of the whole season, and somebody started talking. It might have been me.
It was you.
It was me.
Somebody. We could never know.
Honestly, the last few days have been a blur, so I don't know. I don't even know what day it is.
It was you, and it's Wednesday.
Okay, cool, great. I need Ben to go back to work so I know what day it is. But I mentioned, is this the foreplay episode? And everybody was like, "Ooh, what does that mean?" And then it was such a letdown for what it actually was. And they were like, "Oh, that was it?"
No, I think it was Andrew and Deacon were like, "Really? That's it?"
Which is a funny joke. There's a joke in there about foreplay. Yeah. And we don't have to say it. You all know it. You all can piece it together.
It was... It was really funny.
It was just very funny. And and again, they were like, "What? That was nothing." And we were like, yeah, we have to
keep...
Point of the joke, we have to keep listening.
Yeah. So we rewound it so we could listen to it again.
Yeah.
And then you and I had a great moment together, and we won't talk about it, but it's fine. It was really funny. Anyway,
I think to go back and answer the question, I do also have a hard time picking favorites because again,
I know I was like, it's not fair to you because this is your thing.
I am very attached to the characters. I think because I do like all of their stories, and I think of all 3 of them, Navita and Severica have just I do love their arcs in the first season of coming to their various realizations. And Reapers is also a fun. All of them have roughly the similar arc, but they come to different conclusions for different reasons, and that's the fun thing with it, right?
Yeah.
For me, I'll talk about this from the sound design perspective. Navita's package of music that I put together, music that is specifically tied to Navita's scenes and character, is my favorite group of music in season 1 because it's very this is for me the fun thing with audio drama, and this is it's for not even just this, but why I love sound design and scoring so much is that going through here sometimes and this is all our voice actors did wonderful work, and there's sometimes in the editing process I was like, okay, cool, it's the emotion doesn't always hit until you have the sound design in there in the editing process. When it's just the dialogue, it's like, ooh, this feels a little bit like weird and awkward. But then like once the music and the ambient noises and the sound effects were there, it's like, nope, it doesn't sound awkward anymore because there's other things to process in here. And the music also really helps inform that a lot for me. So like that was one that was like, oh, the music is actually getting like an emotional reaction out of me. My favorite scene in the entire season is from episode 3 when Navita is like praying and having that conversation with Vitas.
Yeah.
And it's just one voice actor doing an extended monologue essentially, right? But I was one that was like in editing, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
It was just I don't know what emotion, but it was like stirring emotions in me. It was like, it was a lot of fun. That was another one in the writing process, like that scene. I initially had dialogue in there for Vitas, and then I was like, no, we don't need to hear that side.
Yeah. What you did with there's so many moments with this, and you're not gonna pump your own tires, but I will. The growth that you have had as a sound designer over the past year, but then like specifically with this project has been astounding, because I love you scoring our shows, like our stage shows. Like anytime that like we've had you do sound design, I'm like, this is going to sound brilliant. And it always says Talent Squad is my favorite sound design you've ever done. This is a close second. And it is a different medium. So it's like hard to compare them. But the care that you took into fine details, like you mapped out cars, like what would happen if people pull up in cars, and like if one person's getting out on the left side of the car and one person's getting out on the right side of the car, and if like you took the time to map out how that would work, so that way you could balance out the audio in such a way. I
highly recommend listening to the season in stereo, like either in your car or in a stereo sound setup, because it is a different experience then. And
like taking the time to do that.
Or like with certain magic users, like having the same motifs when they're using magic and being consistent. And like, that's something, if you're listening to it big, you won't catch it. If you're listening in stereo, for sure. But like that intentionality brings it all together.
It was also really fun that Deacon was the one who caught this, is that a lot of the music that you used for Cataclysm is music and sounds that you used for Talent Squad. Like repeating those. And I think that that's a fun thing.
Yeah, anything with cadence. So like the briefing music in episode 1, that is the same as the briefing music in Talent Squad. The comm sound effects as well. Yeah, I thought that was cool. And like in the future of like knowing that, and this is why I've been so adamant about us archiving everything. And like if you look at our Google Drive, it is immaculate with all the like the cues and all the stuff. So that way, like in the future, if we do a show about cadence in 5 years, it's like we can be like, hey,
we got cadence sounds.
Yeah, I know the sound effects. Yeah.
And like knowing, and I think that this will streamline the process for you. Like you had a lot of learning experiences through editing this. Oh yeah. And having moments of like, man, I should have like done this the way that I know that I should have done it. Yeah. And I didn't, and that's fine. It's okay. It's fine. But like now that you're like starting to like be able to build a library, like having like sound effects for Andrew Blood's Shadows, or like for Maurice's Fire and all that.
Owen's transformation.
Is so gross.
That was one that I had to like to actually design that sound effect of like putting different ones together.
And the bones.
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 And I just think it's really cool. Here are my favorite moments. And there are very specific moments. First one is from episode 1. It is Reaper being hit in the head over and over and over again. I think that's very funny. And it cracked me up the first time I heard it over a year ago, and it still cracks me up now. I also, this is in the last episode, I think, when Maurice is like, Andrew Blood's here, and Ben, I can just see it with the Muppet face of him being like, oh, hi, Maurice. Yeah. And just seeing in my mind's eye Matt and Ben in real life doing that, of Matt just being so angry to see Ben is just really funny to me. And then my favorite sequence is Wilhelm versus Reaper, of how just the performances across the board with that, and then the way that you pieced it together. Yeah, it's just lovely. and Reaper joining the bandits. I just think that's I think it's funny.
Yeah,
it's not my favorite arc, but it is my favorite bit.
Yeah.
Of him being like,
I just go with them.
Bye.
Yeah. I'll share a fun like Easter egg that is very specific to, I am genuinely the only one who could possibly know this. The song that I put underneath of that fight sequence specifically, like the museum fight, across all of that, that song is called Dagger Comanche. It is one that I pulled. It is from like the sound library that I use. That is a song that I had initially on my list of songs that I wanted to try and use for the first time we did What If. And none of them, it didn't fit with any of the fights. So I was like, I love this song though, so I'll hold on to it. I've been trying to make it work for literally any of our fights in every single show since then, and it has never felt like it fit with any of them in Tale of the Tide, in Ordinary Heroes, in Talon Squad. And so I was sitting here and I was like, what? And I was having a hard time with that scene. I was like, what song works that has the energy? I was like, wait a minute. Let me try this. And I was like, oh, I finally found it.
2 years later.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Mm-hmm. I love that. I like the payoff of things like that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And that's another, I mean, like a great thing. I think it's just like we learned from undergrad and also from grad school of like being very meticulous about keeping track of things.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of myself from my undergrad of remembering to save my animation assets that I made for Little Women back in 2018, whenever that show was, because I used them for Ordinary Heroes, and I was like, oh, I just had to plug everything in and I didn't have to remake everything. So have good naming conventions for stuff when you're saving things, because that's important.
I think my final favorite thing was like, now that I've been on, hold on. We all know I don't listen to podcasts that aren't my own. Right, chat? We know this.
Yeah.
But I think it would do everyone a good service if you did listen to, this is me calling myself in, because listening to the audio drama, there was moments where I was like, I know this character, or like I know more about this city and like why this line is like clever, like that Ben put it in this way, or like, oh my gosh, one of my favorite guys is here, like I can't believe it. So
I will say, okay, sorry,
yeah.
jump in.
You saying that, hold on, I gotta say this one thing.
Okay.
The foreplay line. So I remember that this is the thing I wanted to put on the button for that. So it is canon that Andrew Blood and Red Notice have hooked up before. Several times, actually.
My mind is blown.
So the first like at the table thing that happened was our post What If campaign that we did.
It was a one shot.
The one shot, yeah, the not campaign, one shot that we did. But yeah, and I told Ben, I think last night, I was like, he totally stole that line from Red Notice. Like, I was like, she is definitely the one that said that to him first, and he's like, I'm gonna take that for my library.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it.
That is correct. And I'm so glad you remembered.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you remembered that button.
Yes. Anyway, okay.
The other one I was going to say is it is a lot of fun. This is also a fun thing to explore with Cataclysm, especially telling it from the perspective of Severka, Navita, and Reaper jumping into Dustria City, is that there's years of, like a handful of years of story before they even get there. That they will also just like
they
have
mentioned
to learn
the vampires, and you're like,
there's like the vampires. There's a lot of like previous like connections and beef with like White Frost and the bandits. So like when he says is like they're a mercurial group, like there's extra weight behind that, and that was a fun thing. Like at the in the recording sessions to like be telling the voice actors, was like, yeah, when you're saying this line, this is what you're referencing. It's not in the season, but just so you have it in your mind for the delivery of this, right? And I think like being able, and that's the fun with like, for a majority of the voice actors were live directed. It was in a Discord call, and so I was able to give them like real time feedback, which everyone prefers, but like sometimes you have to do it remotely on like self-directed, which is fine. Even for those ones where I wasn't able to do live, I would still write up very, very detailed documents of like, here's this line, here's the piece of direction that goes with it, of like, this is what you're actually referencing or saying here. So that was, and again, that was still got really great performances out of those voice actors as well. But yeah, so that's one of like the beef with Maurice and Andrew is also a long-standing thing before Severka even gets involved. That's why like one of my favorite line deliveries is Matt's delivery of "Welcome to the Club, get in line."
It's so good. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
There are so many.
And that one is that one is directly from the table as well.
Yes.
I was like, I said that to John.
I think I said this in the Maurice episode. It was months
a long
ago.
time ago.
So long ago. But the first time that we had, we do like this little writer's room with some of our film friends and just sharing scripts and all that. And when we started reading Cataclysm, while you were in like the refining process of it, when Matt read Maurice for the first time, I was like, we have to have Matt do this character.
Yeah.
And I was like, I picture him as this, and like when you look at the Hero Forge figure, like they look very similar.
They do, especially now that Matt has long hair.
Yeah,
long hair, and right now he's shaved. So it's like, oh yes, this is exactly what you look like. And the fact that he's an artist too is really cool. We have just accidentally written two characters that Matt fits very, very well.
Yeah.
Which is
you guys keep doing that actually.
Yeah. Well, and they're characters that were written years ago.
Not like but Jim and Ryan and
yeah.
Taylor and Aaron.
It's like
absolutely.
I keep writing people into existence.
You literally wrote a character and made Monica.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was personal.
We were it was happening real time, but still just very funny.
That one was on purpose. But yes, no, I was like, I have to name this character Monica. It's like, I can't not.
I love it. I think I had one more before we jump to the next part, but I don't remember what it was. So I guess it wasn't that important. Maybe I remember it.
I would say one of my other favorite ones is the court spots.
Can you talk about the orange cat court spot?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to say first with the court spots, so this is another change from the table. Because at the table, the court spots were just giant robots. They didn't talk or say, lines or anything, because it's like, no, this is just a giant robot that is fighting you. It is a way to communicate, like, there is no negotiating with this thing, right? But that was one, especially early in the writing process. I was like, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Just a robot noise is like, no, you need something to attach to this sort of thing, right? And so the idea especially with the first episode of like, cool, here's the thing, and then establishing the reassessing tactics thing, I was like, ooh, this is really fun. And this is also, especially with audio drama, when they're fighting the robots, this is a piece of feedback I got from Ella, now Ella Williams, that she had told me of like, no, the robots are a great way to like tell the audience what is happening to them when they're like, oh, damage to the right arm or increased gravitation detected, right? It's like, oh, that's a really good like in-world and narrative way to also fill in the gaps for the audience because they don't have a visual to latch onto. But
not yet.
I did love layering in because there was still direction. It was much more than just be a robot. Because like with Lambda, with Stephen Gallegos, I was like, no, I think Lambda, like, there's a weird glitch in this program where it loves fighting. It's excited to fight, right? And then like for Iota with Jacob Baker, I was like, give me your customer service, like customer service cowboy.
Which he is. He's a customer service cowboy.
And then this is fun. Abby, do you want to tell the direction I gave you for the Court Spot Theta?
You gave me TikTok actor.
Yep.
TikTok actor.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Because I was a little bit on the struggle bus with the first couple of takes that we did. And then when you gave me TikTok actor, I was like, okay, that is oddly very helpful. And
yeah, no, because it's like being a robot is already unsettling, but a robot attempting to be a human is even more unsettling.
Yeah.
By AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are AI haters in this household.
Yes, and that extends to everything we do. But yeah, so that was the other one of like one of my favorite gags that is established in this season and will become a running gag is anytime a new court spot is encountered and they're fighting it, and someone is pretty much always going to say, "Does this thing ever stop reassessing?" And the response will be no, every time.
Julia was about to crash out last night listening to that. She was like, "I too would be irritated if they were reassessing tactics."
Can you do it?
Can you tell them why my court spot is orange?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it was very funny, especially in the editing, as I didn't realize it when we cast Abby as Quartzbot Theta, because Theta is the one that has the giant Gatling gun as its like weapon, but then also is the one that crashes through a wall chasing after the party. And like goes to like start grappling and like wrestling with Reaper in there. And I was like, Quartzbot Theta is giving off Orange Cat energy and just like break through a wall and immediately start fighting. Yeah, with a gun. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, no, this Quartzbot is orange.
Chaos.
And I just think that's neat.
Yeah.
That's just neat.
Mm-hmm.
I remember what I was going to say, but
Yeah.
we can do this later, but my heart feels like we have to give a shout out to all of our voice actors because they all did such an incredible job.
They absolutely did.
And it was and they were all names on a spreadsheet, and then like just to hear them put this to life and like really give their all, and you got to meet some of them during the Zoom directions. It just like very
every
cool.
single one of them was absolutely lovely to work with. And like even this is also like thank you to everyone who like auditioned as well. From like seeing
an unreal number of auditions,
1,000 auditions,
8,000
across all of the different roles. It was delightful to like listen through them and be like, oh wow, this is like people, and the people like commenting on their auditions being like, I just love even the audition material. I just love what I'm reading right now.
Yeah, what a wonderful problem we had.
Yeah, so that said, that is also thank you to all of our voice actors. This wouldn't be possible without you guys, like at all. And we look forward to working with you guys again in coming seasons.
Yeah,
which
good
there
segue.
will be.
Good segue.
Season 2.
Yeah.
What are we get into?
So yeah, the follow up to this is of course season 2. Season 2 is gonna be, so season 1 was very like streamlined. It's a 6 episode, one story arc, and we get the 2 like chunks of it, of like the getting into the city and then the museum and the second half, right? So season 2 is gonna be longer. The plan is for that to be 12 episodes, so doubling it up. So the first part of it is a 3-part little arc, which is meeting the bandits. And so that's going to follow Reaper and Mike as they are getting inducted into the bandits properly and meeting the rest of that cast of characters. Because there is much more than just Owen, Wilhelm, and the boss, Timothy, that you meet at the post-credits of episode 6. And if you didn't know, there's a post-credit scene in episode 6.
Keep listening.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that, and then after that, there's the reunion among sisters. So this is when we will introduce Saoirse into the story to give her own like special introduction instead of just sort of shoehorning into there. And if you're a big Wendy fan, don't worry, we do pick up her story. We get back to Wendy in season 2 with Wendy's Vengeance. And then we have a fun episode that we talked about this in the Quartzbot episode with Justin Gonzalez, The Curious Case of Quartzbot Delta. So that'll be a fun one. That's also going to be a Navito focused episode. And then we get the Council of 3 arc, which will be our 6-part second half of the season. So that'll be I'm very excited to like start writing that one. Yeah.
Hate Roy Smith.
You gotta have an enemy. You gotta have someone to hate.
Introducing. And that's the other thing is like season 2, introducing a lot of characters as well across the board.
So audition maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone who auditioned the first time,
come back.
Please audition again, because we'd love to. That's for me is one of the hardest things about casting these projects, is like seeing all of the auditions that I do still love, but having to make that hard choice of like one person over the others.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like knowing that there are certain people, when we were listening, we were like, this voice is perfect for this character.
Yes.
That does not show up until season 2.
Yeah.
Or even like for other projects. Yeah. That's
But yeah, absolutely. We get to see more of the bandits, more of the smugglers, of course more of the DCPD as well, and what Severka and Navita are up to.
And I do feel a little bit of a pull to say this to the actors out there. Me being one of them, I understand your plight. Keep auditioning for things.
Yes.
Like 99.9% of the time when it comes to casting, it is a big puzzle piece. There's nothing personal. You are wonderful. You are great at what you do. You're wonderful at your craft. Part of this process is auditioning, and unfortunately, like when you're auditioning as your job and that doesn't pay the bills, it really stinks. But please stick with it. it is so important for you to be putting your voice out there, keep perfecting your craft, keep refining your craft, and don't stop. It is very easy to want to throw in the towel when you're not seeing results, but there will be a point where results will happen and hard work does pay off. Stay in the game. Yeah, because you never know when that one audition is going to be the one.
Yep, and that is also like genuinely like everyone from season 1 except Courtspot Lambda comes back at some point. Like there's sorry, Steven. But yeah, it's like there's, especially with these ones with the Cataclysm stuff, it's like any of these roles is like they're always eligible to come back in some form or another later down the line.
It's really cool. We have our first full audio drama under our belts.
Yeah.
Ben, you did a fantastic job.
Yeah, truly. This was so cool to watch you do this. And like the thing that you know best in my heart is like what your thesis was on. So it's so cool to like see this come to life in like a real like business way. I don't know, work, real life.
Yeah. Well, it also feels it feels so fun to like come back to this now, coming up on the 10-year anniversary of doing this campaign, right? Of like back then, just like fresh out of high school, like, oh yeah, I vaguely know
back
the
in
rules.
The United States.
Yeah, genuinely, I was back in the States for maybe a month at this point, but also like coming back to it now. Older, who's to say if I'm wiser or not?
Yeah, you are wiser now.
I am wiser.
I was like, I knew you then.
I always got firsthand.
Yeah, but also just with like a stronger like sense of who I am as a storyteller, of being like, no, I know what, like, because it's like this is still the story we all told together. But now I'm like, no, I know the themes and the messages that we wanted to tell at the table. Now I can take this opportunity to do our story justice by making it stronger in this way. That's the fun when it comes to adapting things like this.
Well, and also just thank you to John, Ray, and James for sharing your characters with us. We literally, like, we could not have done the story the way that it needed to be done without your consent. With
and thanks to Brett for the benefactor as well.
Yes, yeah, and all the things. A big thing that we say with Reinvent is that like we share our toys with each other, and it has been very life-giving to see like the generosity that people have had with the characters that they create and the stories that they tell. It's just really neat.
Yeah,
I'm very happy with our community. Before we get wrapped up, Monica, is there anyone or anything you want to give a shout out to?
This is going up next week, so everyone come see Spotlight.
Yeah.
And might I plug specifically
yes,
Lesbian Space Cowboys Discover the Time Loop, written by me and Julia. But also the other 7 incredible short plays that are coming out. I've been excited for all of our projects, but I'm also excited for this one, just because we have so many new friends who are out like performing with us. A lot of not new writers, but like some writers whose stuff I haven't seen on stage before, and like just such a wide variety of genres. There's like something for everyone in this festival, so I'm just really excited to see it come together.
Yeah. Right before recording this, I came from a devising session with Justin, and I'm so excited. This is going to be the first time that he's been on stage in like 5 years.
Wow.
And he's like, you're the only person I would do this for. And I'm like, thank you. But yeah, if you want to see Justin and I beat the crap out of each other for 20 minutes, that's what our show is going to be.
Or Ben do swords.
Or Ben do swords.
Do swords and be sad.
Do swords, be sad.
We'll get
t-shirt.
Do swords, be sad. Wait, hold on, I gotta write this down.
Oh man, we gotta make Cataclysm merch too.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I have some I have some that I need to put out. We'll get Hayden back.
Yeah, a giant 10 million foot man.
Yeah, approximately.
He's gonna come back. I have confirmed that all the VO voices are our married friends from Kansas City, and I'm very excited for that. And then there's like all the other shows. We got a wrestling show. We've got a Fido story. We've got the lesbians.
Time loop set during.
We got the lesbians time loop. We got the other time loop.
One up for debate. Who came up with the time stuff first?
Up for debate. True. Balm. Exploding Honey.
Jesse Gonzalez is the most brilliant.
BALM for the record, everyone.
Yes. We've got that. Oh goodness, I could just pull them up right in front of me. Justin and Abby beating each other up. On guard. Ben do swords.
Yeah.
Sad with Sierra.
Yep. Space Cowboys. Low battery. Goodest boy. Through the ringer. Oh gosh. Day in the life. Balm. Yeah, that was all.
That was all. We got him. Low battery. Who's that?
That's the circuit one.
Oh, it has a name now.
Yes, yeah. I bullied Matt into giving me a name yesterday.
I accidentally tried. This is not. I tried to request access to the script because I have the folder, and I was like, "What is Lady Earthquake?" I just was like, "What does she say?" I just want to know now. And he denied my request. I said,
"What the?"
Well, I was like, "Fair." That he doesn't. He was probably like, "What the hell is Monica up to?" I was like, "I can wait till the company meeting." I just jumped the gun.
That's funny.
It was really. It's really funny.
Yeah. No, there's also. I know I've been pushing this one the last couple episodes, but be on the lookout. It's this coming Sunday.
That's the next episode.
Yep, Sunday is our tournament bracket episode. So fill out your own bracket if you want to make a prediction, and you can hear how the tournament goes when we record that.
That's fun. I went off of vibes.
Yeah,
pure vibes.
Who won yours?
Celeste.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think Celeste won mine. It was down to Super Commando and Celeste for my bracket.
Yeah, Celeste and oh god, I couldn't tell you. It was a girl, I think, because I said women.
Yeah,
because I said women.
Yeah, this tournament bracket features every character that has had their own episode on the podcast so far this year, and a handful of characters who have shown up in shows or are going to be in upcoming shows.
Gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
That's my shout out. Oh, and Something Wicked is getting almost done at this point. It'll be done by the time you get, or the script will be finalized by the time you all hear this.
Hopefully.
And hopefully auditions. Wait, hopefully the script will be finalized.
Yes.
Auditions will be happening.
Yeah.
Auditions will be happening after Spotlight.
Yeah.
Yes. Spotlight tickets are on sale now. It'll be running September 10th through the 13th at Hollingsworth Hall Cultural Center. Our Thursday night show is a pay what you can with minimum $3. And then adult tickets are $18. Students are $14. And if you're spending your money, you're going to see 8 shows. It's $2.25 a show. Like, what a steal.
Pretty good.
And it's going to be a really great time. Those tickets are on sale now. Please grab your tickets now and support the arts in Lubbock. It's going to be a great time. As Ben said before, our next episode of Lore Drop is going to be our tournament bracket episode. We're going to have Justin Kral, who has so little context to so many other Reinvent characters, so it's going to be really fun to have him on for this one. And it'll be me probably yelling a lot because I'm going to get mad at Ben's decisions, I'm sure. But apparently, because there's right answers.
There are correct answers.
Who's to say if
me.
Abby will yell? Oh, it's Ben.
It'll be me. I already know. I'm going to get mad.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun.
I know too.
we love rage baiting Abby. Abby got Diet Coke and flowers today because of a certain episode that we recorded, and that's fine.
Yep.
But yeah, it's fine.
Sorry, I was like, what? But
we love to rage bait Abby on the podcast, apparently. But yeah, that's fine. Everything's fine. It's great. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Lore Drop.
And remember,
being fantastic starts with being a fan.
Reinvent Productions is proudly sponsored by 5 Points Corporation Lubbock and Savannah Rashida Photography, as well as our other wonderful community patrons. Our home base in Lubbock is Hollingsworth Hall Cultural Center at 4228 Boston Avenue. For more information on how to support our 501c3 organization, you can check out our website at www.reinvent-productions.com. To directly support our upcoming productions, you can become a Lore Drop sponsor. For just $10, you can sponsor an episode of this podcast. All donations will go towards support for our next production for this year's season. Funds will go towards paying production staff and our poster artists for their fantastic talent and time. We work to bring 5 new productions set within the world of Reinvent with every season, and your support goes a long way in making that happen. Our next production is Spotlight Volume 1, a Reinvent Short Play Festival, which will feature 8 brand new short plays all written by local writers in our community. You can donate at givebutter.com/LoreDrop sponsor. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at reinvent.productions, as well as on Facebook and Twitch, where we stream gaming and a look behind the scenes on how we create our new works. Be sure to follow us to stay in the loop about upcoming productions, auditions, and more. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Lore Drop.